We are back. We're back again with another live stream, another video. I appreciate you guys being here. And, you know, we'll wait for some people to get in here. I'm not going to do a software update. Not right now. I'll do a software update later. We're going to also go on TikTok as well. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. I guess I have to update TikTok now. I don't want to update it then. I don't need to update. What the hell is going on? I'm trying to go live on TikTok as well, but TikTok is not letting me do this because it says I have to update. You know, let me update the whole entire system. Give me a second. How do you check for updates again? Settings. I'll give everybody a chance to get in here. There are a lot of people in here already. 200 people in here. I appreciate you guys here. I really do. All right, so let's just install that. Matt, we missed you. I appreciate that. I really do. Matt, feeling good today? Yeah, I mean, I was feeling good on Saturday. Like I said with DJ Trev, I was on his channel talking about Lunatics token and the NFT launch and everything that was coming soon, going to the Terra Classic network, all of the different like great information there that was coming out of them. Damien, thank you for that $10 super chat. I really appreciate that. But yeah, there was a lot of good information that was coming out of there. And yeah, I was removed from a lot of things. I did see a bunch of videos that came up, but I decided not to watch them from anybody. Typically I watch like, Clay Bro, and I watch Crypto King, and even I forget his name now. Classy Crypto. I watch him sometimes. But I watch a lot of people, but now over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, didn't watch anything. I'm completely removed. Binance burned 2.5 billion. Did they already burn? I didn't know if they already burned. The burn has the burn happened yet? Oh, it looks like it has. So Binance burned 2.9 billion. It seems low, doesn't it? Is that a portion of the burn? Is that for that's for 7 days? I mean, the volume was low. Give me a second. Once I can't update the title. I can't update anything. There we go. $2.9 is what it looks like. Let me go ahead and 2.9 seems really low, right? We're seeing Binance's burn right here, 2.9 billion. It should have been, I mean, technically we didn't look through the volume, so I do want to see where the volume is. And the dates for that are, let me bring up Twitter. It should be like the Saturday through like Saturday or something, or Friday through Friday, right? But it seems really, really low. 3 billion? That sounds low for a Binance burn. Yeah, especially adding more days, but the volume was down. But even though the volume was down, we still should see at least around the same. So again, let's research some stuff. Let me see if I have Binance on here. This announcement. So it should show. Hasn't happened yet, but this is going to be from the 2nd through the 8th. So you're looking at 7 days there from the 2nd through the 8th. If we go back and look at the history, and I understand history will probably only show us whatever that is, the total amount of volume. So the second was at a billion, half a billion. We saw some really low volume for these days, and that's through the 8th. So these are probably not going to give us, and let's say it's 50% of that volume, right? I want to take, give me a second. Let me make sure I have the right file up here. This is just a blanket file. Okay, so what I want to do is take 250. I could have probably given you an estimate if I was live. 379-848-373 291-5. Is that enough numbers? I don't know if that's enough numbers. Yeah, it looks like it's enough numbers. 291-594. There's already a 5 there. 594. 379. 396 869 611 522 983 581 913 910 594. Let's see, and this is from the second right here. 1 million 78, wait, 1,078,000,000 911 for, okay. Sometimes I can't say it, but I can just type it. So if we take the total amount, let me sum the total amount, see if it makes sense. It's typically around 55%, 55, it's 50 to 60%. So we can go on the low range and say that it's 50% and take this multiplied by 50%. We can also do 55% and we'll get 1.9 billion. And then we take that number and multiply by 0.0 or 0.1%. Right, and we're getting 1.9 million. So it should be just as much as we had last week, basically. We didn't have a crazy amount of volume, so we should have had just as much from last week at the low end. So taking that and multiply it by the 0.0003, right? Is that multiplied or divided by? Sorry, divided by 0.0003 should give us the total amount that we could burn, which should be 6.3 billion. How much in? And maybe that's only a certain amount. And technically, all of the volume, I guess you could probably account for 10% of that volume. So let's say, let's look at this. Equals this, but 10% of that multiplied by 10%, or multiplied by 90%, I guess. 90%. Will get us 1.7 million. But then we also have people that are taken out from the fees or that are exempt from the fees. So I guess that does make sort of a little bit of sense. But still, it looks like they burn 2.9, 3 billion in a week. That seems very, very low. That seems very, very low. It should be way more than that, at least, if anything, because we understand that 10% for on-chain transactions and then exempt people, you probably have like 10 to 20%. But even if, you still should see about 5 billion. But to see 3 billion, that seems very, very low. It's not 0.1%. It's more like 0.025%. It's better than nothing. Well, we can't settle for that. If we're not gonna be held to the standards of actually going through with the full percentages, then I don't know. I really don't know what to do there, right? because everybody should be held to those standards. Sorry if I missed a super chat. I feel like I missed a 199 super chat. Glad you're back, Matt, and really hope you're well. Yeah, I am. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, Rodney, for saying that. And Lord, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, 3 billion is definitely low. 3 billion in a week for shizzle. What's your opinion on finding a balance between the size of the burn tax and volume? The idea that too large of tax chokes volume and we end up burning less. So this is where a lot of people say, oh, well, 1% is too high. 1% is not too high. If you had everybody that was on it or majority of the volume that's on it, 1% is not too high. I guarantee it's not too high. There are exchanges that take 1%, and just because they don't have the money to put into these cryptocurrencies, that's the reason why they don't have as much volume. It's not because of the amount of people that are trading or anything like that. People will continue to trade, but they can't advertise the volume, or they can't advertise their exchange. They can't put more money into that specific cryptocurrency because they want to spread it about all of the cryptocurrencies on their platform if it is a small thing there. So you're wrong. The trading volume is 56%. That's very close, don't you think? It's usually 50 to 60% of the overall volume in a day. So if you take it by the week and you multiply it by 50%, that's where you should get where the volume should be, or close to it. So my opinion on if the burn is too much, my opinion on if we're seeing lower volume because of that burn, that's not true. We're seeing lower volume in areas to where the burn is implemented. So on-chain burns, we should see a lot more of. But one, we're not seeing overall volume at a high rate. And two, you have other areas to where these whales can contribute to that will not include the burn. But then if you look at, like, say, if they take the top 20 exchanges that are here, and these top 20 exchanges by volume, if we take these top 20 and say, you know what, we're going to implement the 1.2% burn in the top 20 exchanges, that's a different story, right? 1% is not going to matter to people as long as you can gain 30% or 40%. But people are going to be able to gain hundreds or even thousands or maybe even 10,000s of percent here with this position as it does grow, as it burns. And they know that, but Binance doesn't want to take on the risk of implementing the 1.2% first. Understand this. Whoever is first to implement the 1.2%, they are losing ground. And how are they losing ground, right? If Binance has 55% of the volume and they implement the 1.2%, everybody else doesn't implement the 1.2%. Well, they're burning off their own volume on their platform. They're burning off their own. It's not about less people coming in. It's about too many people coming in and them burning off majority of their holdings, while KuCoin then has more liquidity, while Gate.io then has more liquidity. Because if Gate.io and KuCoin don't burn anything, and right now they're sitting on 5% of the volume or 6% of the volume, well, now you see Binance's percentage of the volume start to diminish. And the reason why you start to see that diminish is because they implement the 1.2% first. It's not about people not coming on their platform. It's about them losing ground on the rest of the field. The rest of the field makes money, right? They all make money out of this if they're not implementing the 1.2%, but Binance does. So that's why you need everybody to do it. And it's not saying that the volume will decrease if we're seeing a 1% burn, a 1% tax. We've seen taxes way higher than this, and volume has been extremely high. So I'll tell you, it's all about their bottom line. And I respect it. It is all about their bottom line, but I think there's a different way to approach this. I think if we found some sort of petition or something that said, we're passing this around exchange to exchange to to burn Terra Luna Classic, or tell the exchanges to burn Terra Luna Classic. And one exchange says, I'm going to do it as long as the top 20 does it. I'm going to do it as long as the top 20 does it. Binance does the same thing. Gate.io does the same thing. HG does the same thing, right? Every single exchange on here, or at least the top 20, does it, or signs that. Well, now we have the burn implemented. 1.2% means nothing. They can say that a fraction of percentage will be more, but no, that's not the case. 99% of the community agreed upon it, and if 99% of the community agrees upon it, I'm sure the rest of the world would agree upon it as well. They would try and find a loophole, but if there's less liquidity in that loophole, you can't really have a whale jump in there. So that's my opinion on the whole. Matt, you know you answer your own questions. I answer my own questions? What do you mean? I don't really give out, I don't really ask questions at all, I don't think. I probably make it seem that way because I'm asking other questions that are here, but I'm not asking them by name. Like, I'm not going, Benjamin says this, or Kevin says this, and then I answer the question. Like, I'm just asking the question and then answering it. So technically, yes. Binance USTC, what about USTC? Binance will always make more money than the rest of these exchanges. They will not lose ground. You got to think about it this way. It's like, all right, let's say you have a store and, you know, 3 stores are selling the same TV. One store has already significantly more volume than every other store that's there, more customers. Let's say out of 100 customers, you receive 50 of those customers. Well, let's say that store now decides to sell that TV for $100 less, right? And there's still 50% of those customers that are there. Well, you're going to get not only 50% of the customers come over, but you're probably going to see the other customers say, you know what, I want this deal as well. So I'm going to go over there and do that. Now, this is a different scenario because it's not a deal, right? It's something where the volume will probably stay the same. So let's say they didn't hear about the deal and it's 50% and it will stay 50%. Well, now that they implemented that 50%, they're going to bring in significantly less revenue because they're selling the TV for $100 more or $100 less, while the other two are still getting the same amount of volume because they didn't hear about it. So it's speculation. It's not saying that that's true, but from a business standpoint, that makes sense. You know, you want to make sure that you're bringing in the same amount of revenue. You want to make sure that you're holding the same amount of value, because if you devalue your coins, yes, you're increasing the value of your coins by you burning off, but you're also increasing the value of the other exchanges. So if the other exchanges, let's say, have, I don't know, 200 billion coins versus Binance's 2.3 billion. Well, as Binance decides to burn their volume, let's say they burn down to 1 trillion, right? KuCoin over here is still holding 200 billion and you're holding 1 trillion. The value of KuCoins didn't change, but the value of Binance's did. Now, we know the price is going to increase, but both of the prices of those coins are increasing while Binance's overall liquidity is decreasing. KuCoin is now catching up by not moving, right? So I don't know. That's the way that I think about it. And I always think about things from a business perspective. And it seems to be lining up because that's why he flipped the switch on the 25%, because too many people were going to opt in. If too many people opt in, he's burning off his own token. Right now, all he's doing is burning off the fees and knows that it's not going to burn as much as the 1.2% and burn off as fast, right? It may take 10 years. So if they implement something throughout, then Binance can say, you know what? I'm flipping the switch and I'm going to burn the 1.2% if everything else is going to run. So if everything else is going to burn, so if KuCoin's going to burn and Gate.io is going to burn, then they finally flip the switch again and say, you know what? I'm going to burn too. But they're waiting. They're waiting for them to do it. Happy Caddy Crypto says they're talking about burning 178 billion and and not minting, but the burn tax would go in exchange. What's your thoughts? Happy Caddy Crypto says that they are talking about burning 178 billion and not minting for like USTC and all that stuff. But the burn tax would go in exchange. What's your thoughts? So I don't know about that, because I'm trying to piece it together and it doesn't seem right. And I also don't know what you're referring to, whether you're talking about Lunic or you're talking about the stablecoin or what. I thought Monday was going to be the burn for Binance. Free burn and Tuesday on-chain burn. So no, on-chain burn happens automatically. Well, not automatically, but like it goes into a pool, I believe. I'm losing my thought. But basically the burn happens daily. We're seeing burns that are happening multiple times a day, while you have the Binance burn that happened once a week. So I had a feeling that this should be well over 10 billion right now. For the week, it should be somewhere around 5 to 6 billion. I mean, doing the math just earlier, we should have seen somewhere around 6.3. Maybe if we take out the 10% that are going to be on-chain transactions, you probably have 5.7 or almost 5.8 billion coins, not 3 billion coins like they did burn off. So I don't know what this is, and they haven't had an update yet, I don't think. So let me go ahead and check Binance. Why is this in light mode? Binance. Binance. I don't think they had an update yet. 1 hour ago. Yeah, I don't see any update yet on that. But you can see here on Lunic Penguins at 9:59, whenever that was. I don't know what is that UTC time? But 10:10 today, they burned 2.9 or 3 billion coins. So that doesn't seem like enough, but is it ever enough? I mean, if they do what they say they're going to do, then yes, I think it's enough. People have asked me that question, but, we're not seeing that. Your math isn't up to scratch? Why do you say that? Please tell me why. You forgot the VIP trades. It says it's 1.2% fee, but overall the fee is way lower. So 3 billion should be correct. So you're saying there's a lot of VIP trades that don't get the tax. Well, that's what I don't know how to account for that and how many VIP trades we have. That's why the fee doesn't make sense to me. Shouldn't be a point to see VIP trades that are going through and people that are trading with a VIP account, right? It doesn't make sense why you would go through that knowing that the burn is not happening there. I mean, the burn is happening. You're seeing a burn happening, but a burn for your transaction is not happening. So Binance is only 3 billion. That's what it looks like. Less than $1 billion a day. And I mean, we did have low volume, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, we have VIP trades for the first 4 days and we had higher volume. We had higher burns. It was like, what was it? I don't even remember how much it was. Like 5 billion? Almost 6 billion or something? How is I understand the volume is a little bit less. The way you guys are overreacting is crazy. It seems like Binance burn is getting less and less. 3 billion is bad. 3 billion is not great. Is Coinbase going to list? I would say probably not. I mean, I hope they will, and we apply enough pressure to get them to do it. But I think no matter what we do, the decision is completely up to them. We've applied pressure on so many different things, and they still ended up taking a lot of time to be able to just do it. And it wasn't based on what we said. It was whenever they wanted to list it, they will list it. 5.6 was the first burn for 4 days. 3 billion less circulating than we did an hour ago. How is Shiba doing at the moment? How many downloads and things about Shiba Eternity? So I don't know. I like Shiba Eternity. I've played it. Maybe I played like 5 games, and every time I play another match, I try and play a second match. Not because I'm trying to support the game in a bigger way or something. I just genuinely like card games and stuff, and I like winning, and it reminds me of like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh when I played it. But I just don't have the time to sit there and do that unless I'm in the bathroom or something. It doesn't really matter. Like whatever time I get to play a game or even research something. So like if I'm taking that time to research something on Twitter, that's a different story. But so you mean, Matt, that this Luna coin is dead now? No, I wouldn't say it's dead. I'm saying the Binance burn that they're doing right now is not living up to what it should be, right? These are fees, and people can opt out of fees. And opting out of fees gives more money to Binance. Does provide a burn, which is always great, but it's not enough of a burn to affect the overall position and bring it to where we want it to. So it seems like these exchanges are being extremely greedy, and we understand why. I mean, it's a business. They want to be greedy. If billions of dollars are flowing through there every single day, then they're going to, or hundreds of millions at this point, I guess, they're going to just live with what they have, because if the volume's flowing through there, they have fees that they're capturing. The volume or the fees that they're not getting for Lunic when it comes to VIP status, they're gaining something out of it, right? Whether it's a payment for being a VIP, I don't know how that works because I don't have Binance, but they're getting something out of it, and it's all a business for them. And you ain't greedy? I wouldn't say that. I try to be as least greedy as possible. If I was greedy, all of these projects that I am a part of that has shown any type of negativity, like some people that have been a part of projects and stuff, I would have been out of those projects if I was greedy, because technically that's money, that's value, right? If Lunatics tokens comes down in value, and I was greedy, I would have sold everything, but I have more. If Zelda Inu has, dropped in value in a little, in the last couple of months or so while everything was falling down as well. Am I out of there? No, I have more. I'm still holding it and still collecting an APY. I try to be as I don't know how to put it. Like I'm not greedy. I try not to be greedy. And there are times where I am, where I have to collect something. But I can tell you I can count on maybe one hand the times where I was actually greedy. So I do think with a business mind, and I understand where people come from. I'm not going to say that CZ's completely wrong for doing this. And it would just be great if for the one time, he wasn't greedy, and, can be greedy everywhere else. So I don't know. And I wouldn't say that he has to be. I'm not saying that I hate him. I'm not saying that I hate his guts, because I don't. He's a businessman. He respects money. He loves money. Are you selling all your Lunic now? No, I'm not selling all my Lunic now. Understand that I already made money from Terra Luna Classic, which means I don't need to be greedy and sell everything that I have. Some of these comments sound so damn resentful that Matt is back. Those of you doing it, just stop. No, it's cool. I mean, It's cool. They can do what they can do what they want. Um, if they don't like me, then and they can leave. And if they stay here, I mean, they're just adding to the overall algorithm. So I'm fine with that. But I'm sure we will have moderators that will kick people eventually, or me. So Luna T giveaway. That's interesting. I was gonna ask as we were in the live stream. I was gonna ask if they were gonna do some sort of a giveaway there, because it would be great if they did a giveaway and not just a giveaway to where it's like, hey, we're on Twitter, let's do a giveaway. Like, no, let's do a live giveaway. That would be great if they had somebody running. They do have somebody running their YouTube channel, but if they did a live stream, we can push it or talk about it, and then you can see that we do a giveaway there. Speaking of something I was supposed to do, speaking of not being greedy, hopium is what I'm smoking. So speaking of not being greedy, we do have the staking rewards that I forgot to burn off, which was 60,000, but I'm just going to take the 98,000. Actually, I'm waiting for it to get to 100,000 and then I can burn that off. But I'm going to take these staking rewards in the next maybe hour or so. Just remind me. And I'm going to burn them off. I'm going to send them to the burn wallet, because I was supposed to do that last week all the way up to the 7th, but I didn't do that to the 7th. So I'm going to burn off my staking rewards on stream today. So we'll do that in a little bit once that does reach 100,000 coins. Speaking of not being greedy, right? Crazy that people are like, hey, you ever been greedy before? I've given away 2 million Lunic, which at one point had a value that was pretty damn high, right? Then also gave away about 10 or 15 million Luna T, which also gave people value in Luna T as well as Lunic. I'm just always trying to do something a little bit more. Matt, happy to see you back streaming about Luna Classic. Yeah, I'm happy to be back as well. I just needed a little bit of a break. People made it seem like I was dying or something. I said, yes, I quit. I'm quitting for the weekend, and I talked about it in the video. But I needed to change some things up a little bit. Yes, I'll continue to give updates and continue to talk about cryptocurrency, continue to look at other things on the NFA channel as well. But I also want to include shorts as well, like, different skits and scenes and stuff related to cryptocurrency, related to stocks, related to just giving you information. If I want to just talk to the screen and say, hey, this is what should be done in these situations when it comes to investing, would love to do that. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, because I like to edit, and editing those videos, putting those together, making sure we have captions and all that stuff is fun for me. It's why I started YouTube, was the creation process. Any ideas how much Binance have burned today? It's 2.9 billion. I know, not really the best, not really the most amount, but yeah. While Matt isn't being greedy, maybe more of us can not be greedy and hit the like button. Yeah, that would be great as well. We have 641 people and we have 256 likes. We should have a little bit more likes than that. We also have a lot of people over on Twitch. We got 13 people on Twitch. I appreciate that a lot. If Coinbase, let me see. If Coinbase lists Terra Classic, could we equal it out a bit with Binance having 60%? If Coinbase lists Terra Luna Classic, yes, it wouldn't be Terra, like it wouldn't be traded on the Terra chain. It most likely be traded on the Ethereum ERC20 chain, which is wrapped Lunic, right? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works, but yeah, it should be on the Ethereum chain. So would we have more volume? Probably, but not a crazy amount. I know Coinbase has a lot of money and a lot of users, so we could see them eat up a lot of that volume. That's why BNB didn't do the burn. That's wild. That's why I don't ride hype coins, because I hear so many stories of people getting burned, Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't like when people get burned or people get scammed or anything like that. And that's why whenever I talk about a position, I don't talk about getting in on the highs. When things are running, I don't make a move. Even to the point to where people are like, hey, where'd you invest that $3,000? Well, I didn't invest in Ethereum yet. I'm waiting, right? I understand Ethereum is at a lower point right now, but if I would have invested then, it would have been $1,357 or $1,360. And now we're at $1,312. Is that a significant difference in one Ethereum? Not really. You're looking at like $40, maybe $50. And yes, I'm waiting for something a little bit more, but I don't know if we will see something a little bit more. Bitcoin is already down to 19,300, which means Ethereum should have been down to a level of about 1,200, maybe pushing that lower than 1,200. But with the merge and how many people are actually in there and holding for the longer term, you're seeing it settle at 1,300, which is understandable. Let me go back to Terra Luna Classic. I don't have any water. I need water. Tennessee, thank you for that $20 super chat. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. You told that you fixed a coin that you could burn Shiba. That I fixed a coin that you could burn Shiba? What? Thank you, Matt. What's your take on the new proposal to repeg USTC? I reckon a lot of people will sell fast, and could be a lot of problems again. Is there a new proposal here, like a live proposal? Reduce Luna Classic supply with 1 for 3 split. That's ridiculous. That's not happening. Proposal to prevent any /future minting of Terra Luna Classic. No, we don't need to vote on that because minting does help sometimes. So we suggest creating content sharing platform for all members of the community and ecosystem. I think we need. I don't know where this proposal is. I guess it's not a live proposal yet. But I think we need a proposal to add a deposit button or place on Terra Station, because if we have some place that we can deposit money directly on Terra Station, we can say, you know what, I want to buy 7 million Lunic right here. That's where I want to buy it. We should have the ability to buy it here, but we don't have the ability to buy it here. So we need to find a way to add that, to be able to buy Lunic directly from Terra Station, which I don't think they hold liquidity in any way. Like, yes, things are traded on the chain, but I don't think you're looking at, besides like the staking wallet, I don't think they have anything that's allocated towards a liquidity pool for Terra Station, because there's no such thing. So you want to have a certain amount that you can trade over here, which means you would have to have some sort of pool that's created in order to access that pool. But I think that's what we should have a proposal for. But I don't know what that proposal is. I'll have to go into it. If it's the same one that's by Alex, or if it's a different one, then we'll have to go and look at that or research it. Because remember, I was removed from everything over the weekend. Literally in the morning, did not do much of researching. Let me go back to staking. Do much of researching. We are 1,000 away from the 100,000 mark. Hopefully that happens within the hour. 3 billion to 3 billion's burn from Binance. Yeah, it's low. I thought you quit. See, people don't actually watch the video. Can we open an online store where you can buy only with Lunic? I'm sure you can. It's just going to take a little bit of coding, and I'm sure you can do it. It would be great to have something where your money converts directly to it. So you go through a conversion process. Yes, you pay a little bit of a fee in order to convert it directly to Lunic, and then you buy it with Lunic. So just going through an extra step, or something that let's say you spend your money, but it's automatically converted to Lunic to buy it. And then that money or that business only holds Lunic on its balance sheet, right? And they're holding Lunic, and then a portion of that every month they can probably burn or something, but it's basically taking a portion of the revenue or taking all of the revenue and adding it to Lunic, or I guess all of the net revenue there, adding it to Lunic and taking a portion of that net revenue and burning that off. So everything that's held on their balance sheet is in Lunic form of cash value, right? That would be cool. Bro, these comments. I know. Voting is a waste of time. We voted for the 1.2% burn, and no one implemented the tax. So we did vote for the 1.2% burn. And we did get the 1.2% burn on chain. We're not implementing the tax, or they are not implementing the tax off chain. So, which makes no sense to me. If a cryptocurrency wants to do that, they should abide by that. They should look at this and say, all right, within your coding, it says you tax 1%. We're going to tax 1% because that's exactly what you do. And we're just following trend. It doesn't matter if it's going to decrease the volume in that position. That's on the cryptocurrency, right? It's not on you to decide whether you actually have the 1.1% implemented, right? You should only see on-chain transactions that happen there, or if you do see off-chain transactions, it should be something that flows through every single chain. So I don't know why they have the ability to decide. You support the community. Are you only salty? Mathematically will not work. What we was aiming for. How? Very low. The truth is no on will we get rich with these numbers mathematically. It's not about. So I don't know why everybody's like, oh, well, you know what? We're not going to get rich quick and all this other stuff. And, it's not about that. It's not about everybody becoming the most wealthy person possible, because even if it was a perfect scenario to where everything rose, we still wouldn't have everybody that's extremely wealthy, because people would take their gains for what they are. They would sell at $50,000, which would change their life, $100,000, which would change their life, and give up the opportunity to make millions. It's understandable. And it's not saying that it's bad for them that they're doing that. You're not going to see a lot of millionaires regardless. But saying that things will not move because the math doesn't work, the math does work if everything plays out the right way and these exchanges just say, you know what, we're implementing it. 1% is nothing. It is. I've seen it done before. You've seen it by plenty of cryptocurrencies that have done not a 1% burn, but just a 1% tax, and have still been able to find a ton of success. Yes, Harper. What? That's mommy's chocolate. That's not mine. Yes. Can you leave that one on the counter? If you don't want it, you can leave it on the counter. But you can't eat chocolate. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I think she's gonna eat the chocolate anyways, because I'm not up there. And then she's just gonna hide the wrapper. But I'm gonna ask her, and she's gonna be in trouble. No gambling with Lunic. Do you have to pay 1.2% tax to undelegate coins? No, you don't. Crypto King wants to add Lunic to an online casino. This would be awesome. Your thoughts? So that wouldn't be bad. It would create utility, but it would also spew out Lunic just as fast as the Lunic would go in. So if they're adding it to the casino and people are buying with it, let's say if people are like, all right, you know what? I want to take my Lunic and I'm going to spend it on this casino. you're buying it in order to spend the Lunic right away. Yes, the transaction would help if it is on chain. If it's not on chain transactions, then it's not going to benefit us at all. It's just going to be an in and out. It's going to be a wash, and the volume is not going to mean anything for us. If it is on chain, then we're sitting pretty. Now, if the casino says, you know what, we're going to take a certain portion and burn that off, then yeah, that does benefit us, or it creates utility for Lunic in general. But we need to see it flow through on chain in order to, get what we want, get what every investor wants. And the one thing that we want, obviously, is utility, but also a utility where people are holding on to it, not a utility where people are just grabbing it to automatically spend right away. Because gambling is a different story, where it's like it's the fastest in and out pump you would ever have. So if somebody decides, I'm going to buy $10,000 worth of Lunic, maybe it can't be tracked there. That would be great. But when they do that, they're buying it just to spend it right away. So you only quit for the weekend. That's just goes to show you don't watch Matt's videos. Yeah, you have to watch the whole entire thing, because the video was about the fact that I was literally thinking about the option of quitting what I was doing. I love the YouTube community that I built. I love the amount of people that follow me. I love the amount of support that I get. Obviously, there's a lot of negative comments here today, but it's cool. I'm fine with it. It doesn't really faze me. But what I am getting from this is I want to sort of go back to a time to where I was editing a little bit more. And I think spending time on the golf channel and editing those videos, I do have a video coming out related to speed training, doing 30 days of speed training, which is really fun. Editing shorts videos, editing some other videos, maybe reaction videos or something. It's just fun to go through that process. And I miss that process. And that's what I'm saying that I want to do. So yes, I was taking some time over the weekend, spend some time with family and only look at, what they're doing. I was able to cook them breakfast over the weekend, multiple days. And then, Friday was just an amazing day to have conversations with my wife, with the kids. And, even though I do have a lot more time at home, I still spend a ton of time down here. So that's the whole issue. But I feel much better today after 3 days of really not posting. Yes, revenue does take a hit when I don't post quite a bit. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. But I feel good. And mental health is a lot better than, worrying about everything else in life, or working until your hands or nose bleeds. So I appreciate you guys that have supported me. I appreciate all the people that have checked up on me. And even in DJ Trev's live stream, like I said, I felt great then. Just being able to have that conversation with them and talk about cryptocurrency and spend Friday and Saturday really with the children and my wife was just fantastic. So whatever people are saying, I don't care what they say. The people that support me, I appreciate you guys. You're addicted to Lunic. You can't quit until you make it. You're unstoppable. Fact. Yeah, I mean, I do love Terra Luna Classic, and I've loved it from the beginning, while other people are, may have just jumped on after the fact because they saw the gains. I saw the gains right from the start. I saw the gains when no one else saw the gains. And that's why I was able to make a decent amount off of a smaller investment than other people. Other people may have invested $500 and turned it into $5,000, which is amazing. I took $40 and turned it into, at one point, $19,000. And I now already have $5,000 worth of a gain, and I think it's still valued at about 10,000 that I have, and I'm gaining more and more Lunic every day. So people keep on asking me, not right now, but they asked me while I was, I think it was Friday or Thursday or something, about why I call it Lunic and not Lunk. The reason I call it Lunic is because it's Luna Classic. Luna C is Lunic, right? Not Lunic, but Lunac. But the faster I say it, it sounds like Lunic. So that's the reason why I call it that way. I like to talk about Luna C. I could say Luna C all the time, but I abbreviate instead of saying Lunk. I say Lunic. And everybody asks me why, because everybody else is like Lunk, Lunk, Lunk. I'm different. The community is glad you shared info with us and that you were here. I appreciate that, Holly. I do. We're going to be going to subscribers only because I know there's people that are not subscribers, and then we'll go to members only in a little bit. Lunk just sounds weird. It does. It sounds like I'm going to LA or Planet Fitness. I thought you quit. Again, I didn't. I talked about not uploading videos over the weekend. Good to take a break from it all, Matt. Yeah, it definitely is. Be lucky to drop a zero in a year at this rate. I mean, we can drop a zero now if we just see more volume, more of a market cap. And the more volume we see, the more that they can eventually burn, but then also maybe the more VIP members they have, which means no burns for them. How good would your profits be if you had dropped 5 to 10K on it? Well, at my prices, I want to see exactly how much it was. I forget if it was 5 zeros or if it was 6 zeros. 0.00000. Is that 5? Because I think it was 6 zeros. I don't remember what it was because PancakeSwap didn't give me what it was. While every exchange was stalled or halted trading, PancakeSwap allowed you to buy as much as you could. So if I take that and multiply it by, no, not multiply it by $40. Let's see. Let's take $40 and divide it by that. Is that what I'm looking for? So yeah, it was about 6 zeros. That's what we ended up seeing my price at because I ended up getting 63 million coins. If I decided to invest instead of $40 at that point, right? If I instead of investing $40, I decided to drop, let's say 4K, right? We're looking at 6.6 billion that I would have had, which right now that multiplied by 0.00003, well, it's 003. It would be $2 million at this point if I decided to drop 5K on it. The thing that I didn't want to do is risk a big portion. I wanted to risk a small amount. I did believe that it showed potential, but it showed potential for me to put a small amount in there. Now, what I wanted to put in there wasn't what I put in there. I didn't want to put 5K in there. I didn't want to put, 40 or $4,000 or anything. I actually wanted to just put $500. And if I would have put $500, I would have had about $1 billion, which would be worth $250,000 right now. Would I have taken a lot of that? Probably. I probably would have taken half of that after the first run up to 0.00045 before it ended up decreasing all the way back down and then increased all the way up to 0.00006. Yeah, 0006. That's where it ended up getting to there. So that's where it is now. And at the highs, it would be worth $500,000. Now, if we go back to dropping $4,000 or $5,000 on this, I would have had a lot. Yes, it would have been a hell of a lot. $4 million at 0.0006. And that's at a low point there. But then as a part of the community, if I did hold 6.6 billion there, I would feel extremely obligated as a person that likes to give and not be greedy. I would feel extremely obligated to give up some of that wealth. And I most likely would give up a lot of it. If it came to the point to where that was worth $4 million, and people would say, oh, you know, you have that's a lot of sixes. You have 6.6 or 6.7 billion coins. If you sold right now, you'd be considered a whale, and not a huge whale, but just a whale in general, I guess a retail whale. And the way that I would look at it is like, I should probably give up some of that, and I would probably burn about 1 billion of it just because. And that's the way that I function. Yes, I care about bottom line, but if I profited so much out of it already, it makes no sense for me to sit here and try and take away from everybody else's profit or everybody else's potential profit. That's just the way that I function. I try to be as less greedy as possible. So that's the way that I look at it. I've already given away. Holding, 44 million and giving away 2 million is definitely a great feeling, right? Because it gives people an opportunity to make something, right? Whether they take that and they sell it automatically or immediately, or they take that and they hold it for a long time and gain maybe a hell of a lot out of it, You're already a whale in the making. You just haven't finished growing yet. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess you probably, if you look at me and consider me a whale in any case, I most likely will not do what whales normally do. I'm definitely different when it comes to my mindset, because I have more of a giving mindset than anybody out there. Basically, you shouldn't want me to run a business, because I have a giving mindset. Now, will it become unprofitable by the fact that I'm giving away to people? No, that's not the case. But I do like to give to people. From the beginning of creating YouTube videos, I like to give to people. I gave people Amazon gift cards literally for the whole first year and a half of uploading. I think it was every week I gave away Amazon gift cards. With the amount that I gained from YouTube, I would give away Amazon gift cards. And that was amazing to do that. And then it became very, very difficult to keep up with the actual giveaways, because I would go through comments, and then I started having 2,000 comments on a video, and I was like, that's going to be a little difficult to go through not only 2,000 comments, but that times 7. You already read that. What sort of price action are we seeing if the war in Ukraine escalates to nukes? Probably some extremely negative price action, if that's the case. Let's not have it escalate to nukes. I'm not trying to get nuked today or tomorrow or the next day, or have my children be nuked in any way. So let's not think about that. Let's say it's not going to happen. Yeah, man, that's you, and that's why we all like you, and not everybody thinks like that. I would agree. There's a lot of people that do not think like that, and will, at the first sign of danger, they will sell everything possible. At the first sign of success, they will find a way to sell everything possible, and make it seem like they give some sort of damn about everybody there. I don't think they don't give a damn about anybody. I'm not saying that everybody else that's a crypto investor sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying most people will take profit and greed over anybody else's success, because they want to see themselves succeed first in every scenario, no matter if they're extremely wealthy. Like, say if someone has $500 million, they're still going to put themselves first. And it's understandable to put yourself first in majority of the scenarios. But in a lot of life, you have to put other people first too. And that's how you can end up growing, your wealth as well. What is that? Wait, what is that? Your video that you're quitting? So again, I was talking about the weekend. I was not uploading anything over the weekend. I was not uploading anything on Friday. And I just took time for myself, for my family, and that was it. Hey, Matt, glad you're doing well. Can you share a bit more on what you mean about editing videos, editing more VFX, SFX, or montages? So I'm probably gonna do a lot more videos, like I said in the video of me quitting. I wanted to talk about editing and focusing on the golf channel, editing there, and that usually gives me what I need, my editing fix. But then when it comes to normal videos, like I have a 4K camera, I never upload anything in 4K besides the golf channel. I do want to upload other things in 4K, but obviously I can't upload a shorts video in 4K. The dimensions aren't right. But I am going to do a lot of shorts videos and edit those and take the time to put in B-roll and all this other stuff. But that's where I want to focus on, is I want to continue to do what I'm doing, but just add another layer to it, right? I feel like shorts videos are something that can get quite a bit of traction, and then also show your editing side of things. And I can upload those shorts videos on YouTube and upload them directly on TikTok as well. So I can have both of those running and making moves. And I see a lot of other people that are, putting in the work over on TikTok and putting in less work in YouTube and still growing a hell of a lot over here on YouTube. And that's what I want to do, is I want to grow. I should be growing at a faster rate because you have more subscribers. But since you kind of pigeonholed yourself and, talk about, Terra Luna Classic a lot, which I do love to talk about it and get a lot of questions on it to where I put out those videos, it holds you steady at a subscriber rate. So when I first started talking about, let's say, Shiba Inu can grow you a certain amount of subscribers, maybe like 30,000 subscribers. Lunic will provide you another 20 or 30,000 subscribers. You have other investments that you have will give you a ton of subscribers as well, but there's only a certain amount of subscribers that you can gain from the Shiba Inu community, from the Luna community, from XRP, from whatever. So if you talk about a lot of different cryptocurrencies, you can get a ton of different subscribers and investors and all that stuff. And I want to grow a lot faster. I'm so happy with the amount of subscribers that I have right now. I never would have expected it at the beginning of doing this, but now that I know about YouTube analytics, I want to grow a little bit faster, and I know of ways to do that. I just haven't focused on that. And I think with the shorts videos, you can definitely see more and more growth, and more traction, kind of like a TikTok perspective. Like I grew on TikTok from 0 to 35,000 in a matter of, 3 months. And I could have grown a lot faster, but I decided to not really focus on that a lot, because one, revenue was really low on TikTok, and YouTube live streams were taking up a lot of time. So I do want to get back to that, to where I am providing on TikTok, providing videos there, providing videos on shorts videos on YouTube, and editing a lot more. So growth, editing are the things that I really want to focus on going forward. And you saw that with the quality of that quitting video was just a lot higher, with just if you put it in 4K, it looks a lot better, feels a lot better. It's cleaner as things cut from sentence to sentence, things like that. And not really many like long pauses like I typically do in my videos. So it's just something I wanted to focus on. I will continue to focus on. So expect a shorts video today, probably somewhere around, let's say 11. Expect a shorts video, and I'm also uploading a golf video today. I have to find the right thumbnail, but I'm uploading a golf video too. Guys, if you want to hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to hit the like button, please do that as well. We have 408 likes. We have 614 people here. We have 11 people over on Twitch. I appreciate you guys watching. and you should refresh your page. Why are we seeing a price movement? Let's go to candlesticks. So there we go. We're still sitting around 30. It's crazy how CoinMarketCap has not updated any of the supply. We should see this total supply a lot lower. It should be 6.8, but we're not seeing that 6.8. I mean, still up in the like close to 6.9, but still 6.8. We should be decreasing that total supply right there. So it doesn't look like we're going to hit 100,000. So I'm going to take, I mean, we will hit 100,000 eventually. So I'm going to take what rewards I have right now, and I'm going to burn off these rewards as soon as I can find my phone. So let me go ahead and burn off these rewards that we have here. Respect on that. What's your furthest you've hit in a golf range? I've hit the ball on a golf course a lot farther. I've driven a green up 320 yards, but that was in the beginning. Well, not in the beginning, but after I learned how to swing and I started watching other people's swings, I was actually hitting the ball very, very far, and I was playing golf literally every single day. I went to the range every day. The more you play, the farther you hit, because the more consistent your golf swing is, the more you're hitting out of the middle of the face. I would say recently the farthest that I've hit a golf ball was 270 yards, and that was with roll. Carried it about 250, rolled out another 20 yards. So that's the farthest I've ever hit. But I could tell you over this last year, it's been a huge transition trying to figure out why I'm not hitting it as far. When I was in Florida, I hit the ball. I took my driver out and was hitting my driver 140, 150 yards, and I had no idea why. And I figured out why. It was because I was hitting off the heel of the club and not hitting the sweet spot of the face. So no matter how fast I was swinging the club, I wasn't hitting it in the right spot. My driver face, so if you know what a driver looks like, the face looks like this. My face would be completely open, and I would swing down, and this would be the ball. So I would hit the heel, and it would just go like that, and it would just curve. So it was a problem. But now I sort of fixed that by changing the face and changing my swing a little bit, and it seems to work. It seems to work out nicely, and I'm hitting the ball consistently, landing at 220, 230. And then my other clubs are going a lot farther as well. So I'm happy about that, but I still need to continue to practice. I'll be looking for the shorts. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot more of those. Let me go to staking and let me withdraw my rewards, which is 99. It looks like 99,276 is what we're going to withdraw. All right, let's go there and let's withdraw these rewards. I don't know my password. It's good that you have to put in your password every time because, security. I don't really like it because it takes time. It takes time away from things. I used to see Lunic hitting $1, but not anymore. So I still see it getting there. We still have to understand that things could happen. Things could escalate very, very quickly just out of nowhere. KuCoin could come out and say, I support the 1.2%. What about you? And then everybody else starts to jump on the train. And then we see Binance finally say, you know what, I'll do it. And it's not about a bottom line decision or a bottom line thing for them, because what they need to understand, and I don't think what they do understand is, yes, they're gaining money from the fees right now, but they'll gain a hell of a lot more from fees, in the future when Lunic is worth what it should be worth, right? When it's worth in the billions or tens of billions, they'll be able to gain so much more in fees when the burn tax is not fully, or when the burn tax is not there anymore after everything is burned off. It'll still be there, but we'll set it to 0% for everything. So let me refresh this. So you're going to see that now we only have 9 staking rewards because I did end up putting some in the wallet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send it. It seems like I have to send everything from the phone. So I am going to be able to send, no, I can't send 100,000 because I have to keep a 1,000 in there for like fees and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I had to get the wallet address, which I would just go to Ludic Penguins. So give me a second. Ludic Penguins. Boom. Yeah, I don't know if they're, oh, come on. Copy the link text. Sure. Well, let me put that in a message real quick. Hopefully I don't send it. Ah, it gave me the thing. Nice. Okay. So let me go back there and let me go ahead and send this. I'm going to go up to Lunic and I'm going to send 99,000. So recipient, it's going to the burn address, amount 99K. You got to put .00. It must be between, I can only do 98. So let me make sure. So it's going to have to be 97. All right, it's going down every second. It's saying for some reason that it can only be 98, even though I have 99 or 100,000 in there. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to play it safe to make sure I have some in there because it's showing that I only have, I don't know. It's freaking weird. The tax that we're going to see on this is, oh yeah, we actually have the tax associated with this, which is going directly to the burn tax. So I guess that makes sense. So I'm going to do 97 and we're going to do the memo. You got to put in the right memo. Some people don't do this. You got to do it every time. And then boom, now I can send it. So this is for the last week because I said that I would burn Lunic every week. Or no, not every week, for 1 week. So there we go. So I should have my history. I should have 97,000 that I just sent to the burn address. So I'm happy with that. It was supposed to be less. It was supposed to be around 60,000, but I put another 97,000. So total, it should be 146,000 coins that I ended up burning off, which is not ridiculously crazy, but it's great to be able to burn the staking rewards. Burns alone won't be getting Lunic to $1. It's the repeg utility that will. I think, yeah, sure. I think you're right. Utility will definitely get us there. Repeg, more coins being available on the Lunic or the classic network or the classic chain. That's fantastic. What Lunatic's token is going to be doing with their token is they're going to be bridging over to the Terra Classic network or the Terra Classic chain. And it's going to be amazing to be able to have that coin over there as a coin that you could swap with. So as long as it's added to Terra Station, which you can swap it, and that'll be fantastic. What's the chance of the repeg happening? The chance is probably really, really high of a repeg happening in some way, some form. But just know that I would like to see it a traditional way of that happening, to where the supply comes down. We see it at a reasonable price, to where, USTC is worth, maybe 100 million, and they find a way to bring this down to 100 million coins and it's worth $1. That would be fantastic. Or it's worth $1 billion at a 1 billion supply, and that would be amazing as well. But you never know how it's going to work. We never know how they're going to go about doing it. So burns alone can get to $1, but it will take time. So burns alone, understand that burning, if you do burn a significant amount, yes, you can get it to $1. However, burning and utility will find a way to get it to $1 faster in the time that we want it to happen. But I think we need to see more burns right now. Welcome back. Thank you for saying that. I think we need to see more burns right now in order to get us to the promised land as quick as we want. Lunatics are skipping the burns. If you look at the wallet, they keep saying 0. It's been doing that for 2 weeks, and then they burn every few. So if you look at their wallet, they're talking about their own burns, so they're skipping their burns. I know they have the ability to change that percentage, and the percentage that they would change, or they typically do change, is their own burns. So they give up the ability for Lunatics token to grow off of decreasing the supply in some cases, to make sure you have money for marketing, for rewards, for anything that's related to Lunic over Luna T. So they focus more on Luna T than they do just on their own tokens, their own coins. Your burn just appeared on Lunic Penguins, did it? Fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see it. It's right there. 97,000. Do you think Coinbase will list Lunic? I would probably say no. But if they do, then that's a pleasant surprise. Very easy to burn others' tokens. How many do you burn? What? Oh, you're talking about Ben? Crypto Connor burned 7 million from YouTube ad revenue. I think Matt should burn some also. So that's just what he wanted to do. He wanted to burn his own revenue. But if you preach that you're burning your own revenue, you're preaching to other people to just burn whatever they buy, which is not what we want to do, right? Burning a portion of what you buy, yes. And that's great to be able to see that. But that comes with the 1.2% if you support it, right? No matter what. But if you find a way to burn by not taking away from your original investment, that shows people that, yes, you can burn without decreasing your own supply. And it also brings more value on chain than it does off chain, which increases the overall position. So no offense to him at all. It's great that you're burning, part of his revenue. That's part of his thing. And it's fantastic that he's doing that, because it helps with growth, especially on YouTube when you're doing that. It helps with giving people another place to trust someone. So again, it's not about how much you burn. It's about the message that comes across from that. Because I've also given away a lot of Terra Luna Classic. I've also given away a lot of Luna T. And that provides more Terra Luna Classic for people. So if we want to provide, or we want to talk about value, you're giving people value. It's just like, the saying, you can teach a man to fish. You can teach a man to, what is it? You can, I don't even know what the saying is. Basically, you teach a man to fish is more valuable than just catching a fish for them. What is it? You can catch a fish. You can give a man a fish and he eats for a day. You can teach a man to fish and he'll never go hungry. Something like that. I don't know what the hell the saying is. Look it up. Someone pasted in the. You can't quote somebody and then not quote them at the same time. That's funny. Thank you for that super chat. Please burn this for me. So I won't be able to burn that for you. The reason being is because as it goes through YouTube, This is not a channel to where we're burning off revenue. So if you send a super chat, that goes to me. Because one, I have to factor in taxes, which I don't know exactly how much those taxes are. And, you could essentially go out and just burn it. Because anything that flows through my channel has to flow through my business, which technically will be taxed at the rate of at least 50% or 40%. Sorry. So I appreciate that super chat. I don't know how much that was. But I do appreciate that super chat. I think it was like, was it $50? It looks like it went up by like 70 actually. So it's like $70. I appreciate that a lot, but it's give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. There we go. See? Perfect. That's exactly what it is. Because if we can set something where people are not giving their own money, this is exactly the idea that people had is like with Shiba Inu. They were like, all right, well, we have the burn portal. Just have everybody access the burn portal. Everybody burn. Well, that's a savage. People burned, what was it? 60 billion coins, which is a lot. But in comparison to the total amount, it's nothing. You still had a lot of whales that didn't burn. You had mostly retail traders that decided to burn their positions. And you had some businesses that were burning that were going through the burn portal, hoping to get rewards to compound those rewards and add more burns. So that didn't end up working because 60 billion was not enough. You expect to see so many more burns with people that are voluntarily burning their own coins. I burned 200 plus million Shiba Inu, but it didn't provide a way for people to burn normally without affecting their overall position because greed hits hard. It sends the wrong message, and I don't like when people are greedy, but there are greedy people in the world. Okay, take this for you, Matt, and burn the first one. What? You don't have to send. No, you don't have to send any super chats here. It's in USD. It's $100. You don't have to send any super chats here because I don't do that. I don't take any of this revenue and go directly towards the burns. I don't want to have to go through that complicated tax situation that I'm going to have to do with Shiba Inu. So that's something that I don't want to do. I don't want to write any of that off or try and write any of it off because I may have losses in the stock market that I'm writing off, which means I can't write off really this. So you don't have to drop large super chats if you're going to say, hey, burn it, because I'm not going to do that. I will burn as time goes on and burn some, but I'm not just going to burn regular dollar values. Yes, I'll probably grow it into something more, but I have to be honest with you. That's not how this works. Do you know why Lunatic's NFT page don't work? Why it don't work? Right now it's working for me. I haven't looked into it to buy one, but it looks like the total minted was 237. I want to mint one as well, but I haven't gone through the process of doing it because I just hopped on the computer for the first time in 3 days. He said, dude, buy the whole supply and burn it for us. Yeah, if you want to burn some, literally go on MetaMask and you can put your name and I'll shout out your name or whatever you want to do, but you don't have to send the money here to burn because that's taking out money for taxes and all of this extra stuff that really is not necessary when you could just go about it a different way, Just for fun. Come on. Imagine if he didn't donate it twice. at least burn some of it. So again, if he wants to burn, he can burn. But that's not how this channel is set up. I have enough complicated tax situations that I'm going to have to do. And this is just going to add to that. So, and again, this channel was never set up to take revenue and burn a portion of it, because again, it makes it extremely complicated. So this channel is strictly for the information and obviously my 9 to 5. So if you want to burn directly, go and burn easily yourself. I'm not going to burn it for people. CPI numbers are being released this week. Do you think they'll be good or bad? They are for September, and the Fed was scared. This could cause BTC to collapse below 18K, and this could push Lunic or USTC down too. Typically, we're not seeing Lunic or USTC follow in the footsteps of the overall market, because the overall market has been, it went from what, like 22 down to like a low of 18. And even if it does go below 18K, will it go below 17.7? Because that's the lowest point that it's been in quite some time. So I don't think USTC and Lunic will follow. I think eventually they will follow, but after maybe a little bit of an increase, and it won't follow to the extent that we would see BTC. So do I think it's going to be good or bad? I haven't looked at any information, honestly, but if I had to guess, I would probably say it's going to be bad. If it's good, then I'm all for it, but we still end up seeing the market overreact to good news, and then we see more of a push down as well. So we'll see it, let's say Bitcoin or whatever will increase by, let's say 5%, maybe 10%, but then it will decrease off of that 5% and then fall down. Okay, man, never mind. Just take this money and burn it yourself. I appreciate the super chats. Just take it and go over there and burn it. I don't know how to burn. That's why I'm requesting that you. However, I respect your tax and all you say, so keep it all. I think the super chat Crypto Connor to burn it. GG. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to send that last super. You could have sent that to Crypto Connor and he could have burned the revenue. That's what he's set up to do. I appreciate the super chats, I do, but you have to, if you're looking to burn with somebody and somebody's set up to burn, if that's the way that their channel is set up, then feel free to go to them and burn it all. But then if you don't know how to burn, if you want to skip the whole tax portion, because if you send $300 or $200 or whatever, for YouTube, they're going to take out 40%. So if you just cut the middleman and learn how to burn, which is not that difficult, if you learn how to burn, you'll be able to burn it yourself. Let's say you can go into Binance. Go into Binance. Have I burned yet? Yes, I did burn. I burned 97,000. But if you go into Binance, right? Right. Yes, I understand. Yes, Harper. Can you have a cheese stick? You know mommy's going to say no to that, right? She doesn't want you to have cheese in the morning. I feel like cheese is okay to have in the morning. If you can, no, I'm not going to. Yeah, you can have a cheese stick. What? Wait. Jeez. So I just went against mommy's rules, and then she's hopefully she doesn't say anything and go, "Why are you eating a cheese stick?" And then she can just say, "Daddy said I can have one," and I'll say, "Yes." I won't lie. I'm gonna go, "No, Harper got it by herself." I like your channel. I want to see you in the top 20 in Lunic burn list. So, yeah, I understand that, but it's not about being on the burn list. It's about impacting what we can do overall. Because if we impact the fact that the message is that we should take our own money and just burn off, That shouldn't be the message. That's not the way that people should invest in general. So displaying that message that we take whatever we earn to burn, that's not how things should work. It should be a portion of it. You're still profiting in the end. You're still a profitable investor. What we're teaching people by just burning off whatever revenue we have or all of our revenue is that we're not taking anything out of, we're not getting anything out of the deal. And yes, they're saying, oh, people are not greedy. But in the end, there's always a greedy angle to it, you know, whether you like it or not. Giveaways, burning off coins, there's always a greedy method to it. And no offense to anybody. It's how the world works. We grow on YouTube based on clicks, based on, maybe some gimmicks that you have, information as well. Some people just grow directly on information and they only give out the information to grow. There's always what's in it for me scenario. So I totally understand where you're coming from, but we shouldn't be displaying that message. We should be displaying that you take that $300 and you put it and stake it over on Terra Station, and whatever you gain. Oh no, I don't have any mods here. Whatever you gain would end up being burned, and it's not your original amount. You would only burn what you're gaining extra. So then you're displaying that, yes, you keep your profit, and you're also finding a way to burn off coins consistently, not just one time, consistently. You know? So I'm not trying to preach that message, and that's what I did for a week straight, is being able to burn off all of my rewards. If we can find a way to get everybody to agree, you're in trouble with your wife, probably. But as long as Harper is happy. Cheese is okay, right? Cheese is fine in the morning. Only burn 30 USD so far with the burn a lot thing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it should be a better message that we preach to people. We're burning a lot, but we need to find a better way to burn. And if we're burning things that we didn't originally invest, then that's great. That's extra on top of it. You're still keeping your original investment. You're still happy to burn with the 1.2% as normal, but then also burning any rewards that you get. It's fantastic. Did you hear Binance was hacked recently? 100 million was stolen. If the hackers are smart enough not to spend the money, they're basically stuck with worthless crypto. If they're not, then the government will gut them. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I've seen a couple of hacks that have happened before, and it was a lot of money. It was millions of dollars, right? And I don't think they did anything, because if they actually did anything with the money, then they would be held accountable for what they did, as in like stealing and all that stuff, and probably going to jail for whatever charges they would end up getting charged with. But I don't think they did that. I think they just put the money back and said, look, you need to work on your security, because if I got through, there's other people that can also get through. So figure it out. And they just gave the money back. So that sucks. M. Kriegs. Every time, burn it up. Do you think that CZ lost a bit of money over the hack? He decided to burn less Lunic. So I don't know how much they took of. Do we see like any amount that they took for the? I guess for the burn wallet, you can't really see how much they took, because if they're still like trading on Binance, I don't know how that works. They took the money directly off of Binance, and how much they took of Lunic. But I think with holding the value, yes, it decreases your bottom line. 100%. I'm listening. Who's spamming? There were a couple of spams. Or spammers. I appreciate you, M Creeks, for being here. Not many moderators here today. That's a good thing. That means the moderators that I once had as admin and moderators are doing their own thing, and they're able to either invest a heavy amount, or they're able to now create YouTube videos for themselves, and have their own moderators, which is fantastic. Which means I just need to get new moderators. You have to convince your wife about cheese in the morning, not us. My prayers go to you. I mean, if yogurt is okay, I feel like cheese should be okay too. We put cheese in like if we're eating an omelet, we put cheese in there. I'm still convincing you guys, ain't I? Still trying to. Any update on the price of Lunatics NFTs? I think they're going for like 0.7 or 0.9 BNB. I can't remember exactly what they are. Let me bring up my face and then go into Lunatics. I don't want to go into what this is all about. Let me see. Yeah, it seems like I still can't mint any NFTs. So maybe that's where people said it didn't work. They provide any update? Oh, they're up to 20,000 followers. Congratulations to them. I think I already do that. From 0 to 0.1% voting. Thank you to Lunic. Yeah, so you're getting some voting power. There's 663 million Lunic that's staked with Lunatics Validator. That's good. I don't know if they're having trouble with the site. Yeah, I don't know if they're having trouble with the site or something, because I can't get in there. I can't go to buy an NFT right now if I wanted to. So I don't know. I'll have to talk to them. Sorry, I missed the super chat here. Thank you, Dan, for the super chat. USTC is not being repegged for another 3 to 5 years, according to Zard, our proposal. It's crazy how people are getting emotional in USTC when the fundamentals are not there yet. USTN or USTC path. Yeah, I would agree. I understand how people don't want to push anything forward. I think we are premature in thinking about or putting this proposal out there, but just putting a timeline out there gives people enough information. It is tough to look at that information and not ask more questions, and then get those questions that people are probably not happy with. But it's something that may happen down the line. And you're right, Dan. You're absolutely right. I'm watching and reporting. So I'm honestly going to find out today. That's if I catch it. Some have my back. Hey, Matt, I bought Lunatics NFT yesterday. Were you able to get a couple? So no. Are they all sold out or something? Because it shows that only 237 were minted, and there's 1,763 that's left. I would imagine that's probably not right. Wait, total supply is 2,000. Total available is 500. So no, I wasn't able to get one. I'm trying to get in. I don't know if that's still a thing. Yeah, but it doesn't work now. Yeah, it says there's only 500 available, but there's only 273 that are minted. But it says 1,763 remaining. I don't know what that means. Just because you do great reviews. I appreciate that, D'Artagnan. I try to do as best reviews as possible. If you guys don't know about my new channel, let me go ahead and bring it up really quick. About my new channel, the NFA investing channel, you might want to go and check it out because it has some good information on a lot of other cryptocurrencies. So like, let's go here. Recently, I talked about AVAX. I talked about Cosmos. I talked about Quant, ETH, PAL, Cardano, Terra Luna Classic. So I'm breaking down a lot of cryptocurrencies to where we're doing the voting on Patreon. And we're going to continue doing that. And maybe we'll even do shorts videos to where we take a lot of that information and consolidate it down to show people what I'm actually doing there, and just maybe do a shorts video every time I do one of those so that people know about that cryptocurrency. That would be fun, so that, yes, I have a 13-minute video, but then I also say if you want to learn more, then go up to that video in the comment section or in the cards. That'll be cool if I do that. So have shorts and have regular uploads so that people can get a short understanding of it. And then if they want to understand where I come from with where my position is, or if I have a position, they can get that in the longer form, whether it's 9 minutes to 13 or 15 minutes or something. Whoever hacked BNB chain is very good. The skills, they could easily get a high paying job. Why do programmers go criminal when they can make more money playing within the law? Maybe it's for the thrill, or just to see if they can. Some people, it's just to see if they can, and for some of those people, it's also to provide to kind of as a job interview. If they can hack you, then most likely that company will look to like hire you if you have goodwill, like towards them, because like if they steal $100 million and they don't give it back, then obviously that's illegal and you're not going to hire that person. But sometimes that can be just as simple as a job interview. And they may be interviewing for a different job saying, hey, if you can hack this cryptocurrency platform or this exchange, we'll give you a job, or show me what's your best work over there. And then they'll do that. You don't know who those people are a lot of times because they're hidden behind, obviously, the wallet and everything. And so it's interesting to me. Because yes, they can get a regular job making maybe 6 figures or multiple 6 figures, but they can also make a little bit more working for one of those companies that they hacked, or working for a competitor company. You never thought of that. I mean, there's some people that think of that. I've seen it though. I've seen people get hired out of doing something that was borderline illegal, but then, backtracking, obviously. Yeah, that's called penetration testing. It's where folks get paid to break into companies. Yeah. Can't see Lunatic's NFT page after being logged in and the wallet connected. No minting button. So, yeah, I'm not seeing the ability to do anything right now, buy an NFT or mint or anything right now. Actually, let me go back to lunaticstoken.com and let me go back into NFTs. It says that it's live. So yeah, it just gives me a buy one NFT option. Your NFTs. I don't have any. So I don't know. I don't know, it's weird. Did Binance update their information? Because I feel like they should put out what the burn is by now. This was 7 hours ago. I feel like they should have put something out by now. Can you explain the basics of Zardo's proposal? Yeah, I mean, I can explain the bases. I haven't gone through it, so it reminds me of the movie Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, exactly. They hire somebody that can do what they're doing. or do the opposite of what they're doing so that they know what criminals are going to do. Hi, Matt. I'm a newbie to crypto, still loads to learn. Can I ask your thoughts on proof of meme ETH 2.0? Wait, proof of meme? Are you talking about like proof of stake or proof? What do you mean proof of meme? Is that a cryptocurrency that someone created? Proof of meme? So I can give my opinion on this. I probably won't do it on the NFA channel. But let's see. You have million, billion, trillion. You have 1 trillion total supply. If we're looking at the total amount you're right now in circulation, you're looking at 420 billion ETH 2.0. That's what they call it, ETH 2.0. I'm pretty sure they're just trying to play off the name of ETH Ethereum 2.0 or ETH proof of stake, but this is proof of meme. Currently 0.00006147. It looks like a great concept for someone to get excited about. 25.8 billion or $25.8 million. You're seeing about $1 million in volume, which is definitely interesting. Only available on Uniswap. It needs more places that it's available on, but it's literally just a gimmick. I would say maybe you have some potential to run, but it's literally just a gimmick, and you saw a rise, and that rise hasn't come back yet, hasn't reached its full retracement yet, for cryptocurrency at least. So if you were looking to find a place to invest, yes, it is at a lower point to where you are capable of investing at those low spots, but you may see it come back a little bit more because it might end up fully retracing off of whatever hype it did have. So it's not really a concern with the dilution. I mean, we're looking at about 40% of the overall supply that was out there. Lunati is very hard to make money on. It fluctuates dangerously. Plus the 10% tax is to be paid, means that there's not too much to gain. Lunic is least price stable, at least price stable. I would agree. I would agree that it is price stable, but understand that Luna T, when you get into it, it's supposed to be played out for the long term. You're not looking to gain 10% over the next, year or 2 or 3 years or whatever. You're looking to gain 100 or 1,000%, maybe even more than that in the next, 2 years, 3 years, right? You're expecting to gain so much more out of it, and not only 10x your investment, but maybe even 100x your investment from where we stand right now. So yes, for day trading and swing trading, it's very difficult to see that potential because you're looking at a 10% tax here, a 10% tax there. But in the end, a 10% tax in the beginning with you investing $100, that's, $10 that comes out. And then you have $1,000, which is $100 that comes out, your original amount that you had, that you invested, but you gain $900 out of it. Or technically you gained $800 out of it. So either way, you're finding those larger gains as time goes on because it's a longer term investment. It is very difficult, you're right, with a 10% tax, but it's something that supports something else, because not only are you getting the value of Luna T increasing, you're also getting the value of Lunic increasing because you're getting paid Lunic in the form of, BNB Lunic. So you're getting paid Luna Classic out of holding Terra Luna or Lunatics token. So yes, you're right to an extent, but there's so much more that you get out of it, out of that 10%, because a portion of that 10% is just coming right back to you. Does that make sense? I had to refresh the page a couple of times before I was able to click the button, the buy button. And it let me buy my NFT after that. Okay, I'll have to continue to click it then. Matt, when you look at the chart, you need to click on log. Otherwise, you will not know if the asset is good or not based on price growth. Say that again. You don't need to say it again. I can read it again. You're saying when I click on the chart, you need to click on log? Why do I need to click on log? Whoops. To understand if it's way below the median value. Is that what we're going with? I can see how that could be beneficial. Overall history, looking at $80. Look at how that drops. I wish I could find a way to get back up there, but obviously we have a long road ahead of us. So it's going to be interesting. All right, guys. So for any of the members that are a part of the chat right now, I'm going to members only. So if you guys want to ask some questions that I may have missed, feel free to go ahead and ask them. The reason why I go to members only is, we have members that benefit from just being able to, ask their questions as a member. And I like to focus on more of the members when I'm going through the chat, but sometimes I miss it as the chat is speeding up. So I don't know how many members we have today, but if you do want to become a member, it's 99 cents. There are a bunch of people that are still gifted memberships, I believe. And if you're a moderator, you can also comment as well. Binance did burn 2 billion Lunic this morning. It's on Lunic Penguins and a few transactions before your burn. So yeah, I know they burned, technically 3 billion. It was 2.9, who rounds down from 2.9 billion. It's 3 billion. They burned not as much as people thought. Obviously there's a lot of VIP members, that may be the case. But we will definitely talk about it in a video. Members only, yay. Have you watched Eat the Rich on Netflix, documentary on GME? I have not. I'll have to jot it down somewhere. Let me put it over here. Let's see. I'll have to watch it or listen to it or something. Eat the Rich. Netflix. Anybody we know in it? I saw two. I saw two and stopped. So, so me. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty funny. My wife always gets on me because I round down prices. And she'll be like, "Oh, this is." She'll be like, "Look at the price on this," and I'm like, "Oh, it's $2," and she'll be like, "It's $2.37." I'm like, "Yeah," but I'll do that with hundreds as well, and I'll be like, she'll be like, "Oh, look at this," and it'll be $137. I'm like, "Yeah, it's $100." She'll be like, "It's $137." 37 is pretty significant because it's 37 extra dollars. Like, it's $100. You round down when it's less than 4, and when it's more than 4 or 5 or more, boom, you round up. Just wanted to thank you for what you do. You may not realize it, but you're like a celebrity to some of us. Take care of yourself, Matt. We love you, man. I appreciate that, Isaiah. I really do. And I do realize that. I always get shocked whenever I see somebody that recognizes me and they're like, "Oh, I watch you all the time. I love what you do," and all that stuff. It's not to the point to where people are like, "Hey, I want to take a picture with you," or anything. I see what, a lot of YouTubers that are in the millions of subscribers. I'm not there yet because I'm only at 200,000, but it's amazing to see that, so many people find value in the things that I do and love that I do, or love what I do. So I appreciate that a lot. And I love every single person that comes up to me and, wants to have a conversation about cryptocurrency, wants to have a conversation about investing. I'm all for it. Obviously I'm very introvert, so it's sometimes, and I'm caught off guard, and it may be a little bit of an awkward a thing because I may be with the children where I'm trying to wrangle up the children to make sure that they're not running away from me. Or I'm with Erica too. If I'm with the children, most likely I'm with Erica as well. It's tough to keep to keep track of two children that just run around unless you have like some sort of combined stroller, even though Harper shouldn't be in a stroller anymore. But yeah, I appreciate you. What do you think of Hex? Is it a scam? I've seen a lot of scamish people that are like pushing it. Right now, do I think that Hex is a scam with how much it's valued at? I don't know. I would say you can probably find some potential in any investment, whether it ends up being a scam. Something that has gone on this long as a scam doesn't really make sense to me. Does it have shady people that are a part of it? Yes. Any cryptocurrency has some shady people that's a part of it. I haven't really seen many shady people in Terra Luna Classic. I've seen shady people in Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, but I haven't seen any shady people in Terra Luna Classic yet. I've seen some projects that have claimed that they're going to burn coins and come and go because they just don't have the amount of volume, but that's not really considered shady or anything. So I don't know. Plus, read the book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's going into human nature and desire and how markets work. Have read it. I have it on my, well, I haven't read it. I've listened to it, but technically I've read it. So yes, I have been recommended that book by a lot of different YouTubers that always recommend books. So like, that's probably their number one book to recommend. And there's some people that recommend Rich Dad, Poor Dad a lot. So yeah, I try and listen to some books, but sometimes I don't ever have the time to do so. Hey Matt, you need to know if you have anything to do with this investing site, because they're saying it's Crypto King and it has your page when you open it up. Wait, what are you talking about? Hey Matt, I need to know if you have anything to do with this investing site, because they're saying it's Crypto King and it has your page when you open up. What site? Neville. Am I saying your name right, Neville? Good morning, y'all. Funny. So it's all cheap. See a lot of similarities from GME and Lunic, and the whole online community brought it up when everybody thought it was dead. Yep, your own personal celeb. I will take a picture any day, signed by you, Matt. And if I can get in a family photo. Yeah, sure. Why not? Tectonic. Have you heard of this? I have heard of that cryptocurrency. Yeah, I'll add that. Any people that want me to talk about different cryptocurrencies and have me review different cryptocurrencies, again, I will do that on the NFA channel. And it goes by vote. So I have to bring up I don't know if I can bring it up here. Wow, I have way too many things open. Give me a second. Why do I have so many things that are open? Yeah, so let me see. So the last thing that I did, let me show this. The last thing that I did was I actually have a vote here that I put up 5 days ago, and that's on Patreon. So if you guys want to join the Patreon and vote on any of these cryptocurrencies, we will add more after all of these go. So next one we're going to do is XRP, which should be today, breaking down XRP and also uploading a shorts video on this channel about just random stuff. So yeah, if you want to join that and you want more cryptocurrency updates on the NFA channel, we can definitely do that on that channel, just as long as we vote on it, because I want to make sure the Patreon members will vote on this stuff. A PhD, poor, helpless, and desperate. I understand. Lee Bradley, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Don't forget to check on your Twitch army, Matt. Yes. We got about 12 people over there. I appreciate it. Can you explain what Binance will do with Lunic? Greetings from Netherlands. So what they will probably do is just they're looking to increase their bottom line. They know that it's a popular cryptocurrency and that cryptocurrencies function, or a lot of these exchanges will gain their popularity off of things that are very popular, right? So if Binance has a ton of popularity and will continue to have popularity, but they also increase their bottom line. If Lunic grows and they're holding 2.3 trillion, I mean, they're gaining so much value out of it. So much value out of it. Then they end up finding a way to take the amount that they have and not burn it off, but maybe they end up selling it. Maybe they burn off a portion just to seem like they're a part of the community, but then they sell some of it to capture some of their bottom line or capture their original investment before they just leave the rest that's in liquidity, maybe in the form of hundreds of billions. So you think Lunic will get a pump from this burn? I mean, we're not really seeing a pump. We're just seeing a simple move. What the heck's going on here? We're seeing a simple move of 4% right now, and seeing the volume up 84%, up to 470 million. It's not a crazy move at all by any means. So I just want to see something more. I want to see it in the billions. What's your thoughts on Stacks protocol? So Stacks, I would have to dig into it a little bit more, but if we're looking at, is this it? This is not it. Stacks. What's the... Maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion right now, but I could probably look it up. Again, I can add it to the channel if people want to see it. If people don't vote on it, then, I mean, we can eventually go over it, but I do want it to remain consistent around, like, maybe at least 500 views for a position, which I think we could probably do. Crypto.com is about to collapse. I want to make sure that this is not giving me anything else here. They bring this all up. Do I want to leave YouTube? I'll have to go and check that out. I'll have to go and check that out because I can't pull up random links. I mean, I know it's not random, obviously, but I have so many things open that I don't want to leave the places that I'm looking at. But we need to see how that's going to collapse. I don't know how it's going to collapse because of how much money they have. Maybe they don't have as much money as they say they do. Yep, on point, Matt. We could benefit from lowering the Lunic burn percentage, but also giving 0.1% to exchanges to encourage them for all burning. So I don't think lowering the percentage will be much of a benefit. I feel like 1%. I feel like the comfortable space to have the same amount of volume is around that 1 to 2% mark. Anything more than that, that's where you start seeing a decrease in volume. For people that are saying and constantly pitching that 1% is too high is because they're showing all the numbers now, how people are moving away from the 1%. Yeah, there's people that are greedy that don't want 1% to come out of their overall position. That's 100% true. And they'd rather have 0.1%. But if that was the only option, volume will remain the same. The reason why volume will remain the same, 99% of the position goes to you. So it's not believable that you will see. Sorry, I was reading something else. It's not believable that 1% is way too high. We've seen different percentages. We've seen certain amounts that have come back and literally millions of dollars or volume stay exactly the same for those positions. The problem is that CEXs are not willing to implement the 1% tax. And the reason why they're not going to implement the 1% tax is because of greed themselves. It's not because of investors being greedy. It's because of greed from them, right? We have to understand that there's a different side to look at this. It's just like people with Apple and Android, right? People hate the green bubble that comes up or something with Android users for Apple. But the truth of the matter is Apple could fix that. It's Apple. It's not us that we're providing a green button or a green bubble. No, it's Apple. It's the company, but they blame the people that are holding the phones because they appreciate those phones and they really like those phones. Same thing with the pixelated images. They could send images in a better quality, but they don't want people to have Apple sending to Android. They want people sending from Apple to Apple. It's that simple. And it's the same way with cryptocurrency. It's the same way with these exchanges. They are greedy by keeping all of the supply for themselves, and they don't want to implement the supply. They don't want to implement the burn because they say, it would just take away from volume. Of course, if you are the sole person that implements the burn, it will take away from your volume. But you need to find a way to get everybody to agree. If everybody agrees on the 1%, or 1.2% and take 0.1 of that percent and put it towards your fee, whatever you have, I don't care, right? And the burn ends up being 1.1% for exchanges, that's fine. Include your fee in the 1.2%, but just have it implemented everywhere because that's what the coding is telling us is going to do. That's what the coding is telling us, hey, we should see here. What do you do when you have 100 cups of coffee in a day? You buy more Lunic than Twitch for the pump. Yeah, I got you. That's Futurama reference. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's the way we need to look at it. It's the whole thing is about greed. And I never want to create FUD or anything like that, but we should stop blaming or talking about the investors and how the investors are being greedy in a large way. The exchanges are being greedy. The 1.2% is implemented. We all agreed on it. So if we agree on it for this coin, it should be implemented everywhere. That's how simple it should be. But the exchanges are the ones that are greedy. If a coin functions or flows off of the fact that they have a burn associated with their coding, why would you not implement that burn, in the cryptocurrency just because, it's popular and you want to keep the volume? The volume without that cryptocurrency, that volume isn't there anyway. So how about you just do what the coding or the original chain says it's supposed to do? If Lunatic's token goes on any other exchange, the 10% should be for anybody that's willing to only invest into that position, right? It's not for any other position. It's only for that position, but it's a full function of what the cryptocurrency is, the 10%. Same thing with Lunic. The 1.2% is a full function of what it is right now. So why would they not do it? Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to speak out of turn by saying, oh, they don't have to do anything that they don't want to do. If they have the cryptocurrency, then they should abide by the tax. And if they don't abide by the tax, then everything flows back to the original chain. That's how it should be. Can't the 1.2% tax be forced off chain? It can't be forced off chain. No, exchanges have all the right to do that because they do it based on spot trading. If everything was traded on the Terra chain, so like say if Ethereum decided to implement a 1.2% tax, then a lot of things that flow on the Ethereum chain, which a lot of things flow directly through the Ethereum chain when you're trading certain cryptocurrencies, would be taxed at that 1% or whatever percentage they offer. But since Terra only has basically two coins that are popular and tradable, where you're looking at USTC and you're looking at Terra Luna Classic, you're not looking at an ability to buy on Terra Station or have liquidity on Terra Station. So it's a different story. Yes, it's its own chain, but you're not seeing a lot of activity happening within just that chain. You're seeing majority of the people that are buying from, let's say, BUSD and changing it to Terra Luna Classic, and they're just keeping it on Binance, right? So, and then when they do try and send it over to Terra Station, they're met. They're met with withdrawal limits, and that's a problem. So, I don't know. It's a problem for me because so many people are comfortable with what's going on with the exchanges. Not saying I'm not bullish on Lunic, because I am still bullish on Lunic. But what I'm saying is that these exchanges should be held accountable for what they're doing. And we're just all simply saying, CZ's smart. He's a smart guy. He's doing this for the best reasons possible. No, not just Lunic, but every position that offers a burn should automatically launch on the exchange with a burn. If it does not, then we shouldn't see it on that exchange. You know, that's the way the cryptocurrency is running. It functions that way. So if you take away from the normal functions of that cryptocurrency, then what are you going to do? Lunatic's token probably couldn't go on many of those exchanges unless they decide to implement the 10% tax. And this is why people decide to go directly on like L-Bank, because they may implement a tax with it. And we need to, I don't know, normalize the ability to implement a tax on a CEX. If we don't, then we're going to see a lot of cryptocurrencies that just hit a wall every time they launch on a different platform. Them exchanges are so greedy, and it shows so clearly. It does. What do you think of BitGert? I've gotten a lot of questions there about BitGert, so I'll add that to my list of cryptocurrencies to talk about. But I'm not going to talk about that here. I don't know what Open DAO is, but that's the first time I've heard of that. We're discussing reducing the burn tax to 0.1% on chain. This is to encourage more dApps and reduce the risk of volume drop. What happens if Binance chooses to drop the burns? Will Lunic become cheaper? If Binance begins to drop the burns, if they say we're not burning anymore, yes, you'll probably see things, you'll see the overall position drop. So you'll see Terra Luna Classic go from 0.0003 to maybe 0.00026 or 25, maybe even 2, right? Because if you're seeing the burns drop off the face of the earth, right? 1.2%, I don't think it's too much. Yes, you don't have people that are willing to trade on chain a lot because there's no ability to trade on chain. It's not about dropping the burn. It's about creating utility on chain so that we can see the burn implemented. If we don't have utility, we don't have burns. If we don't have volume, obviously we don't have burns. So you need that setup. And I feel like where we should focus is creating liquidity, creating a liquidity pool or liquidity option over in Terra Station so that people can buy Terra Luna Classic directly on Terra Station. If we don't see that, we're not going to see an increase in on-chain burns. We're going to see, and we're going to be held to whatever those on-chain burns that happen on these platforms. What's crazy is you're seeing on-chain burns that can happen on those platforms. So say Binance, right? Take an example. That's the only example we want to use. Binance. If you had a chance to either have a 0.1% tax, you're given the option to have a 0.1% tax or a 1.2% tax, what are you going to choose? Probably the cheaper end, right? Everybody finds a way to choose greed to capture the most amount, and then they decide, you know what? When it comes to the end, I'll burn what I want to burn when I sell everything, off of this platform. And then if they make a certain amount, they're going to say, you know what, maybe I'll skim a little off and just only burn this much because I made $1 million, right? So they're always going to find a way to choose greed if they're given that option. Now, the issue is that most people are, instead of going from dollars to buying Lunic, which is a form of on-chain activity, you're going from BUSD to Lunic, which is spot trading, which is 0.1%. So instead of using that on-chain transaction, which majority of the on-chain transactions are flowing through these exchanges, you're not getting that because they give you another option. They give you a cheaper option. So when they have the on-chain option that is 1.2%, you're not encouraging any volume unless you match the percentage there. And even if, you're still going to see KuCoin that doesn't have any type of burn method besides the on-chain burns. And you're going to see people that choose the cheaper option over there versus the option over here. Either way, it's the same thing, whether the 0.1% is going to burns over here in Binance, or the 0.1% is going towards just their fees over here in KuCoin or Gate.io. No matter what, it's a cheaper option to go with spot trading than it is with on-chain burns or on-chain transactions. That's the way they're making it seem, and that's why volume is decreasing for on-chain transactions. So the exchanges are literally controlling everything here. No matter what we do with the coding, it's still not going to look as good as what we want to see, right? They're still going to go with the option of trading on the exchanges because that's where they feel the most comfortable. And they're not going to go with Terra Station because you can't buy on Terra Station. So first point of order needs to be to add an ability to buy on Terra Station. As simple as that. You know, it's so difficult to see their angle because most people are blinded by the fact that they're doing burns when there's so much behind it. From a business perspective, from someone that has a business mindset, that understands how businesses run, understands bottom lines 100%, this is exactly what's happening. Why does CZ encourage his B&B governance like it's so intelligent and downplay ours like we're not business savvy enough to make moves with our governance? Because you know, he may have in the back of his mind that yes, while it's a good way for someone to make money and for him to make money, he doesn't think that burning actually has some sort of an impact because it's never been done before. But just because something has never been done doesn't mean that it's not valuable, right? So Matt just emailed CZ. Just email CZ and tell him Pete is really pissed off. Why? What? I don't know. What are you talking about here? Oh, like you, Peter? If Doquan was to join Lunic again, would the community approve it? Even if he could bring billions of dollars to the chain. So I don't know. I mean, would the community approve it? I don't think they need to really approve it. But would they approve of it? Probably not, because there's a lot of the community that thinks that he just sold out and doesn't care. But in reality, he has helped out with where Lunic has gotten to so far, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if they would approve of it. You probably see a lot of people that say hell no, but then if he starts providing some sort of benefit, they change their mind very, very quickly. So it all depends on what he does right away. They'll probably approve of it as soon as he says, like, if he brings billions of dollars to the chain and, you know, hundreds of millions of that ends up burning off, then people suddenly start to approve of it. But then some people will still not approve of it. But you'll see majority of people are like, hey, he burned off this much and is doing this much for the overall position. So I'll take it. So most people will say no until he does something extreme, and then they'll say yes. Or they'll say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe that he's doing or that he has good intentions, but it's good that he burned something, you know? People have a quick, fast change of heart when they do something that benefits their position, their bottom line. It's just speaking truth here. This is just the truth. Yeah, we're getting close to 8:30, so we're probably going to get out of here in a little bit. I have to upload some stuff, but this was a really, really good stream. You know, talking about Terra Luna Classic, glad to be back and glad to be, you know, speaking again. I understand that people were like, hey, I know you quit. watch the whole video because I just want to take some more time to do something that I love, which is the editing portion of YouTube. I love editing, but I always feel like it's time consuming. I just need to, instead of thinking it from just a time perspective, I need to look at it and go, this is what I love doing. I love making videos better by editing them. People always say no until they see the money. Then they show their true colors. How to win friends and influence people. Yeah, exactly. So you see where my answer comes from. I don't have a question, but I want to give you information. The Lunatics NFTs are being released in 4 batches of 500. I thought that they said that, and that's why. And I just get like kind of, I don't know, for lack of a better term, lost in the sauce about all of the stuff that's happening. Which the first batch is now live and half has been sold. Okay. Price of 0.7 BNB, but I'm still not able to get it. That's the thing. Nope. I have principles. I love to make money, but not dirty money. It's true. But who knows if it is dirty if he's just supporting the community. So say if he comes out and he goes, all right, this is how we're going to bring money back to the Terra chain, not directly giving money to the Terra chain, but saying these are the projects that are going to be the most beneficial, and they end up being the most beneficial and providing, billions of dollars back to the chain, which provide hundreds of millions of dollars in overall burns. Then you start to look at it and go, okay, that makes sense. It's not dirty money. It would be dirty money if he put the money in directly in order to do that, because you never know where that money comes from. And if he has money, then obviously he pocketed a lot of money there. But if he finds a way to support some of these projects that are going to increase the value of the chain, it's a different story. So anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Make sure you look out for a video on the NFA investing channel. Also, I'm going to be uploading a shorts video today. I want to do a lot more skits, a lot more just personal information to help you guys understand cryptocurrency and investing and just things in general. It should be fun. And also, if you guys want to follow my TikTok, I have a finance TikTok and a golf TikTok that I haven't really uploaded to in a while, and I want to upload to a lot more. I wanted to go live, but something went wrong on my phone, so I couldn't go live on TikTok. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Good luck with your investing, and I'm glad to be back. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Also, love to anybody that's on Twitch, and sorry if I wasn't able